What's going on, Pokemon trainers? Welcome to episode 75.
3/4.
Gotta watch them all. You're like Meowth. 75? 3/4? Yes. The podcast bringing together trainers from every corner of Pokemon fandom before watching along with an episode of Pokemon the series starting all the way back at episode 1. But today we're going to be watching episode 75, the 4th round rumble.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Today's Thursday, October 24th, 2019. I'm one of your hosts, Ken Pescatore, joined by my co-host, Adam Tuttle. Adam,
the other voice.
Hi.
That's
How are
me.
you?
I'm doing all
What's
right.
going on? How are you? What's going on?
Feeling fantastic.
Good. I'm shot out if you can't tell already, so just
What?
give a forewarning. Completely bonkers. All right, on today's show, EuroGamer sat with Masuda and Ohmori from Game Freak and had a nice little casual conversation, talked about some cool stuff. We'll go over that. There's new Gigantamax Pokemon and the G-Max moves to go along with them. We'll talk about that. First look at the next TCG expansion. Adam, it's already coming, Cosmic Eclipse.
I
saw people already had pre-release boxes.
Well, yeah, the pre-releases were this weekend, so
I know, that's what I'm
weekend
saying.
that just happened, so it's like
It is out. It is in the hands.
It comes with the first, so
yeah. Pokemon Masters is boring, and the game producer knows it, and they actually issued a public apology. We'll kind of dig into that. It's pretty interesting, and I actually really respect how they're handling the situation, and it's pretty cool. Pokemon Go continues to press on with their Halloween event in full swing right now, and also some raid events going on with Darkrai. We'll get into that. And then finally, the audio watch-along of Pokemon the series, episode 75, the 4th round rumble. Okay.
Tell me about this interview. What did they talk about?
Now, just a note, this interview actually happened a couple days before the Galarian Ponyta announcement. It was after, you know how like there was a couple days in between the stream of the forest and then the actual announcement of Galarian Pokemon Ponyta?
Yes.
It happened right in that window. So things, they kind of led on to stuff that's already public knowledge, but they EuroGamer just published this the other day, but it was actually from, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago before the Ponyta thing. But the interview was with Masuda and Ohmori. They even note in here that Ohmori was in like a very, very good mood for whatever reason. I don't know why he wouldn't be, but they actually point out that he seemed like rather jovial, which I thought was pretty funny. They kind of dig into Sirfetch'd a lot, and I kind of dig the way they kind of poked and prodded about this because it's not typically what you'd expect to hear in a pre-release state of a game. They digging in multiple questions about one specific Pokemon, but it was pretty cool. And you could tell it's kind of been adopted, and obviously EuroGamer from Europe, they've adopted Sirfetch'd as kind of like the mascot of, Galar and ultimately the UK because that's what it's based on. So they ask some really cool questions. They talk about, Adam, I don't know if you remember when it was the gold and silver demo leaked and they had that super big image of like all these evolutions that never came out. It was like all these.
They have an evolution of Delibird,
but there was also an evolution of Farfetch'd. So they actually ask like, was Sirfetch'd influenced, or is it that Pokemon that we saw in the the gold and silver demo stuff that got released? And then Masuda and Ohmori confirmed like, no, this is a brand new design, completely built from the ground up. Wasn't influenced by that at all. I also like they talk about European leaks versus Japanese leaks, and Japanese leaks are much thinner, and the European leaks are much bigger. So they kind of played into that with the Lance being this big, huge, giant leak. So I thought that was pretty cool. But I get it. Sirfetch'd is pretty awesome. I definitely love that design. Super cool.
He's a stud. He's a stud for a Lance bird.
Yes. And I really dug this question. I thought this was really cool. So EuroGamer asks, there are some features in Sword and Shield that seem to be inspired by Pokemon Go. The raids, the co-op element, carrying a smartphone with you. Will there be any Pokemon Go integration like there was with Let's Go? Okay, so you remember with Let's Go, we had the mystery box for Meltan, and it was fun for like a minute, and then that was it. This is what Ohmori comes back with, and this is pretty groundbreaking here. In Pokemon Sword and Shield, there's no direct communication with Pokemon Go. but you'll have seen the announcement of Pokemon Home, where there are plans for you to send Pokemon from Pokemon Go and take them around with you. So that's something we do have. So no integration to Go.
Okay,
like,
so you're not
that's
going to have that
crazy.
Bluetooth like the Meltan box.
No Meltan box, no nothing. I mean, you'll be able to transfer.
Hard stop. When was the last time you opened up a Meltan box?
It's been forever, but I would have hoped they would have iterated on that, integration and like made it better and more enticing. Because when the Meltan box, like shiny Meltan was around, I was on that grind. But when they just let it go stale and stagnant, it's like months I haven't touched the thing. I just transferred Meltan.
You think we're gonna get shiny Meltan back?
I'd imagine that it's going to come back. I mean, that's I'm sure they saw a massive uptick of people re-engaging with Let's Go when that happened. So I'd imagine they'd want to do that. I mean, I don't know if they're going to necessarily do it anytime soon, because they're not going to want it to necessarily interfere with people picking up Sword and Shield. They don't want people going back to Let's Go, but I can't believe no integration, like none, no, like on any level. Very disappointing, to be honest. I'm pretty bummed. I really hoped that there was going to be something going on, but they ask a bunch of questions in the interview. But one other one that I'll talk about here that was very interesting to me, and they had to talk about it, and they did, and I'm glad they did. But they say this. They say, has some of the negative feedback on the Pokedex, which I'm sorry to dwell on, had much of an impact on the morale at Game Freak? I know you've mentioned that you were personally disappointed to not be able to include all of the Pokemon. Did the team feel saddened by the reaction at all? Great question. Great, very politely and eloquently put. And Masuda says, so, with regards to the Pokedex issue in particular that you've mentioned, that was something that was really hard decision internally. There were a lot of discussions about which direction we should take that in, and ultimately, we felt that for the overall game, focusing on creating the richest experience we could with that game, leaving the Pokedex as we did, was the best solution. So it's like all the smack talk and all the negativity that came with the whole Save the National Dex and everyone bashing the game and all this and that. Masuda, who's so awesome, holds his ground and just lays it out. I love this. And pretty much says, look.
Yeah, we're just going to have a great game.
Right.
Do you want a great game or just want something that we've already had with just all the Pokemon?
Right. With better graphics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's what I love about the fact that he just like held his ground. Is like, look, we just want to make a good game. We just want the most rich experience possible. That's all. That there had to be, something had to give. Get over it. So I thought that was really cool. But if you want to, and I'll put the link in the description if you want to check out the rest of the interview. They do go into some other stuff about the design and how they were inspired by the UK and all that kind of stuff. So I'll put the link in the description. Make sure you check that out and support EuroGamer. They did a great job with this one. All right, Adam, you want to talk about
Gigantamax?
Yeah, dude. So I remember, and I don't know where I can source this from besides I was listening to an episode of It's Super Effective, but they were talking about, they saw somewhere, some interview, something from Game Freak that when the Pokemon Dynamax and Gigantamax, they're just projections of Pokemon. They're not actually, like, there's no change to the biology.
But that doesn't make sense.
I gotta find this, dude. I gotta find this. But, did you see these new Gigantamax Pokemon that were announced? Did you see how hilarious Pikachu is?
Yes. So we already knew about Dreadnought, Corviknight, and Alcremie. But we just got announced that there's Pikachu, and it's the fat Pikachu. It's Thikachu.
Thikachu, dude. That's the greatest name ever. And I love what they're doing with Eevee.
Oh my god, its whole mane is just a big puffball.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing is like the Pikachu Eevee thing. You have to have a save file from Pokemon Let's Go. So if you have Let's Go Pikachu save file, you'll be able to get Pikachu. If you have a Eevee save file, you'll get Eevee. So I thought that was pretty cool.
That is so sick.
But it also doesn't say that it requires you to only have one. So if you can get a save file from both games on your, on the Switch, you can get both.
Then we have Charizard. They could not let a game go without having a giant Charizard. And it's like an altered form. It looks like a messed up beast.
When they go to Gigantamax, they actually do have different appearances.
It changes biologically.
It
but
looks
they don't change biologically.
That's what I'm saying. It's a projection.
And
I gotta get to the bottom.
There's
of this.
a Meowth, and Meowth is like 10 feet tall.
Right. He's got like this long, skinny body, but that's what I'm saying. It's still just a projection. You know what? I'm going to look it up on my phone.
But it changes biologically, but not biologically.
But like the appearance is a biological change. Like its whole torso gets stretched out like a rubber band.
But you get Meowth and being able to Gigantamax with like your early purchase. So basically you have to buy the game from the day it comes out to January 15th of 2020. So
they give you a ton of time.
And then there's a Gigantamax Butterfree.
Yeah, Butterfree.
Imagine the sound. It's like, but like that, like.
and of course, all of the Gigantamax Pokemon have their Gmax moves. They actually, on Pokemon.com, it's actually swordshield.pokemon.com.
Shield and Sword.
Swordshield.pokemon.com. They detail all of the Gmax moves. So if you actually want to see them and see what they do and how they work, because they all have like really cool effects, battlefield style effects. So it might affect all Pokemon in play, your Pokemon, enemies Pokemon, things like that. So there's, if you want to check that out, I'll put the link for swordshield.pokemon.com, not shieldsword.pokemon.com.
Yeah.
But we got to get to the bottom of this projection thing. All right, Adam, this is your domain, Cosmic Eclipse. It's already here.
It's already here. Days. Pre-releases have already happened. There are so many cards that just fill gaps in so many different decks. And like this whole set is like the whole premises is just tag team. That is what it's based off of. It is cameos galore. It is gym trainers. It is trainers. It is supporters that are tag teams. It's fantastic. There's so many cards in this set. So like it highlights a lot of like the trainer. Like it says it's Pikachu, but it's red with Pikachu.
Oh, all right. Well, wait.
And it's a full art card.
That card in particular. So on Pokemon.com, they put a link that features a bunch of the cards from the new set. There's a bunch of them on the page, like a dozen. Vileplume, Solgaleo and Lunala, Arceus and Dialga, Cynthia and Caitlin, like really cool trainer ones. And there's this amazing red card, but it's the art is the interaction of Pikachu and Red when they first meet. So it is awesome. It's like all the feels.
Yeah.
Yes,
but it's a
absolutely.
Basic Pokemon. It's a basic Pikachu with 70 hit points.
Right. It's nothing fancy.
Nothing to write home about.
It's the coolest art.
But it's beautiful. It's a beautiful card. And then you've got Vileplume GX. It has Erica in the background. And then you've got Solgaleo and Lunala GX. It's a tag team. It's got Lily riding Solgaleo, which is phenomenal. And it's psychic.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
So it's going in Malamar.
Yep.
Because you can just get it powered up really quickly. Does 230 damage with Cosmic Burn for 4. This Pokemon can't use Cosmic Burn during your next turn, which is whatever, because you run switches, because you have Jirachis, and blah, 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 blah. It's Light of the Protector GX, does 200 damage for 3 energies. It says if you played Lily's Full Force from your hand during this turn, prevent all effective attacks, including damage, done to each of your Pokemon during your opponent's next turn. So that's like a protection on every single one of your Pokemon. That is huge. That is literally such a good attack. You just have to play that supporter. I don't know what that supporter does. I haven't looked it up.
It seems like every time they're releasing a set, and I'm sure this is obviously by design, but it seems like they're setting these cards up to become kind of staples. You know what I mean? Like it seems like there's new cards that keep coming out that you're going to start seeing in decks for, months. You know what I mean? Like that seem like they're setting up to be very relevant for, the entire duration of the format.
And this reminds me of
really cool.
Zygarde GX and the supporter card Bonnie, which allowed you to use Zygarde GX's GX attack even if you've already used it, as long as you.
I was going to say twice, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And so this, you just need that, ability. And then obviously they have to make it balanced. So it's weak to Psychic. So Mewtwo, Mew GX, they can come back and one-shot it. Yeah, exactly. Or if somebody else had another one of their Solgaleo Lunala GXs, they just come up, do 460 damage, take 3 prizes.
Okay, update on the projections. They are, in fact, projections. This came out of the Game Informer interview that we actually talked about last episode. But Joe Merrick pointed out that in the, from Cerebi, pointed out from that interview, Ohmori said that Dynamaxing is a projection and the Pokemon themselves are inside the projection. That is crazy.
Okay, that's fair.
Like, how... I don't... What? But I have so many questions.
Okay, we'll go back to Cosmic Eclipse. I'm going to eclipse that statement.
Yes. All right. Back to the normal scheduling program.
Yeah,
yes, go.
There's tons of tag team trainers. So we already have Cynthia. There's already a Caitlyn. So this is Cynthia and Caitlyn. So it's a dual effect. So the first effect is put a supporter card from your discard pile into your hand. You can't choose Cynthia and Caitlyn or a card you discarded with the effect of this card. So you put a supporter card from your discard pile into your hand. And then it says when you play this card, you may discard another card. If you do, draw 3 cards. So you're drawing cards and setting yourself up. Yep.
Good setup.
Which is fantastic. And then there's also red and blue, which are supporter cards in their own respective ways. But then there's the tag team version. Search your deck for Pokemon GX that evolves from one of your Pokemon and put it onto that Pokemon to evolve it. Then shuffle your deck. You can't use this card during your first turn or a Pokemon that you put in play this turn. When you play this card, you may discard 2 other cards from your hand. If you do, search your deck for up to 2 basic energy and attach them to the Pokemon you evolved in this way. That is epic. That is so good for any Stage 1 or Stage 2 GX that actually needs it.
That needs to evolve.
Yep.
There is so much text on this card.
Right, but it's a search for the GX and go attach the 2 energies to it. It's huge. That's huge.
See, but that's what I'm saying. I can imagine people playing this card a lot, like this being a very popular card on decks that don't have basic GXs. You know what I mean? Like this is going to be, this could be built into a ton of decks going forward. It's pretty cool. And the art is great too, but it is hilarious with how much text is on the card. It just looks funny.
And then, again, just like the Gigantamax Charizard, they couldn't let a set go by without having another Charizard in it. So Charizard and Braixen GX. Just another Charizard card.
Another Charizard. Well, dude, you got to remember, Leon, you're probably going to see Charizard so much in Sword and Shield because of Leon. So it's like, you gotta, they gotta keep it going.
I get it. And then basically they highlight the starters. So you've got Venusaur and Snivy GX, and then you've got Piplup and Blastoise GX as well, which both are decent.
And I gotta say, I really like the art style. But what do you think of the yellow borders?
What do you mean for tag team?
Like some of the cards here, don't look at the tag team cards. Well, the tag team cards have the top left and bottom right corners are like this yellow framing.
Yeah.
But look at the non-tag team cards, like the trainers, like the Pikachu red card. The Pikachu card with red on it. Like you see how the border is just solid yellow.
Yeah, that's every single card.
But it just stands out. Like look at that Mimikyu full art at the bottom. It just stands out a lot. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
Yeah.
I think I'm crazy.
I mean, I get it, but they're trying to highlight the fact that it's still a basic Pokemon. It's just the full art is within the realms of the
That's what I mean.
borders.
That's what I mean. It's kind of...
Because where a normal full art would go outside of the boundaries, being a GX. So I think it's...
Okay, so it's the GX that makes it full bleed.
Yes. Yep.
Gotcha. Oh, well, that makes sense then.
Because they had... in Primal Clash, they had Ancient Traits, which made literally commons full arts. So, okay. I mean...
Well, I know I'll be picking up the Elite Trainer box, and that's it. That's typically my style.
I just sorted out a ton of commons, so I'm going to be sending those in to get boxes. So
nice. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice.
But go pick it up. It comes out, I think, on the 1st. So
yeah, the 1st. Yep. Or and Adam, when was the last time you played Pokemon Masters?
Well, I remember you talking about it and me being like, "Oh, I'll get back to you." And I played it one more time, and I couldn't even get past. Like, I don't know. I started playing it, and I was just like, "All right, this isn't for me."
So this is coming from Kotaku.com. This was very, very interesting. The headline of the Kotaku article reads, "Pokemon Masters producer knows his game is boring, apologizes." So the game producer of Pokemon Masters, his name is Yu Sasaki, issued a public apology for the game's lack of content. And this is going to be coming directly from the article here. It says, quote, "We're disappointed. We did not meet the expectations of our community, and for this, we sincerely apologize," Suzuki explained in a post on the game's website. "It's our intention that this does not happen again. Hearing the opinions of fellow trainers has deepened our sense of commitment to deliver a game that we can all be proud of. Both the development and operations teams are fully committed to improving this game and creating a memorable experience for all fans to enjoy." And Sasaki didn't share a detailed roadmap for these promised improvements, but they have commented on that since this article came out. And it seems like they're really, really, really doubling down on putting their efforts back into focusing on this game. And
I mean, it did good in the first 10 days, right?
Well, it had 10 million downloads in the first 10 days. Like, that's insane. But not so much the downloads. 25 million in revenue in dollars during the first 7 days.
Wow.
So this thing was like, it was massive. And I can imagine, like, people at Nintendo and the Pokemon Company, like, just salivating and going nuts seeing the performance of this game. And what ended up happening was, a week into the life cycle, very, very similar to Super Mario Run, it just hit a cliff. And like, the majority of people just defected away from the game and just stopped playing because they either played through the narrative, played through the story, which you could do in, a couple hours, or just realized that the gameplay is just so monotonous and redundant and repetitive. And what ends up happening is there's like 4 or 5 standout trainers in the game. So everyone ends up using those same trainers. So it's like,
that's awful.
Yeah, and let's say you have one of the trainers is like an oddball trainer, or like you want to be a specific trainer, but the Pokemon that he have on the sync pair, the Pokemon he has is no good. You're not going to be able to do it. He might be a 2-star, but no, like, good. You have absolutely no connection to like Olivia, but because she's a 5-star trainer, you're going to use her every time because her Pokemon are going to kick butt. So it's like, it really takes away from the personal connection between the trainer and the Pokemon because you're just using what's good and not what you like. So there's definitely some balance issues that they got to work through there. But like the Olivia Lycanroc is, I don't know, it's everyone runs that card or that trainer. Same thing with Blue and Pidgeot. Every single person I know that plays that game, they're like, yep, I use Olivia, I use Blue. It's just like the ones they use, and it dulled the game, but they're committed to fixing it, so we'll have to follow along and see if they do it. I mean, I'm always down
updates on that
to go back. Yeah, because I mean, if they're
I
really
might even
doubling
try
down
to replay it, I might try.
Well, they got to spend that $25 million they made back on development costs. They got to recycle those funds back into the game. Really quick, we'll touch on this, Adam, but I don't want to spend too much time on it because a lot of this stuff is just in process right now. But Pokemon Go has their Halloween event going on right now. This is coming from PokemonGoLive.com. We got new Shadow Pokemon, new avatar items, a new Shiny with Shiny Yamask. We've got Pokemon in Halloween costumes. We've got different Pokemon in the wild, in raids, in eggs. We have Darkrai as a tier 5 raid.
Yep, times 2 catch, hatch, and transfer candies.
Yep, we got a spooky message, which is the Spiritomb special research. We've got the Colossal Discovery, which is the Regigigas event. The tickets went on sale today. It's a ticketed event, $7.99 on November 2nd. We've got the Niantic Wayfarer program, which is going to be like Operation Portal Recon for all the Niantic properties to review and submit new waypoints. So there's just so much going on. If you guys want to hear the complete details on all this stuff, definitely check out our other show, Lured Up, that goes into significant detail on all this Pokemon Go stuff. But the game is just chugging along, man. It's just it's so funny because like the VGs, the video games themselves, how often do we get them? Every couple of years we get new iterations, new generations, right?
Yep.
But the TCG, every couple months, new set. And it's like Pokemon Go, they have to reinvent themselves literally every month. So it's crazy that all this stuff just keeps going on and on and on. It's got to be exhausting for Niantic. It's exhausting as a trainer to keep up with it. There's so much going on. Like at all times.
The entire event, I haven't seen any of the costume Pokemon in raids. Every time I drive past a Tier 1 raid, it is a Drifloon or a Sneasel.
I see the Misdreavus raids all the time. But yeah, I have not seen any of the costume Pokemon in raids. So Pikachu spawns in the wild wearing a Mimikyu outfit, which is ironic and hilarious. And then you have Squirtle dressed as Yamask. You've got Charmander with a Cubone skull wearing it, which is pretty hilarious. And then you have Bulbasaur with a Shedinja mask on it. But those are only available in Tier 1 raids. So I haven't seen them.
GameStop or Pokemon Center as plushies.
Yeah, so I mean, I know I'm going to end up having to like burn a special trade to with someone that got these things because I just haven't seen them. And, I've got a couple days left. It's the first this runs through. So still have some time, but I'm really excited about the Wayfarer program, which, I've heard is already starting to come to the States. So Mexico, Germany, Denmark, they all got it first. And then we've got someone in our Discord from Georgia who said that they have it and it's active. So there's remote spots in the States right now that Niantic Wayfarer is active. So that's really, really cool. Adam, I think we're ready to take a quick break and come back and watch this episode. What do you think?
Let's break.
Okay, guys. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to queue up our Amazon. I want to give some shout outs to our patrons, but we'll be back right after this. And we are back from our break. Thank you guys so much for that. I do want to give a quick shout out really quick and do some housekeeping. This podcast is powered by Patreon. Please check ours out over at patreon.com/Pokemon Professor. You can support this show for as little as $1 a month. And that $1 will get you access to our patron exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. And I want to give a huge shout out to our show supporter tier patrons, Brittany J, James, Matt, M. Pitts, Terry, David, Sydney, Chris, Bacon L, The Noise, Harry, PokeNabBot, Purple Pancakes, Dim Gears Be Bangin', Lady Goobly Meat, Go Ranger Matt, The Phoenix, Baker Boy, Jolt Switch, Alex, The Illustrious Overseer, Jason, Go Live Andrew, Matt from Kentucky, Paul, Justin, and Val. Thank you guys so incredibly much. We appreciate your support.
You guys
so
rock.
Darn awesome. And if Patreon isn't your thing, there's still a couple ways you could help out the show. If you're listening on YouTube, you can subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. If you're listening via a podcast service like Apple Podcasts or Stitcher, you could take a quick moment to leave us a review. 5 stars are the best stars.
Review it,
Adam.
up.
I am ready to get into this episode. Are you ready? Do
ready
you have
to
your
watch
Amazon Prime Video queued up?
Queued up.
I do.
Queued up. Cubone burned up.
All right, let's get this show on the road in 3, 2, 1, play. So I was thinking that I'm like Orange Islands is decently long. And it's like I'm waiting for it to be done because it's like I want to get back to the because the story of the Orange Islands was like this was kind of rushed together because they had to fill time between the next video game coming out after Red and Blue. So they needed to hold something over. So that's why this doesn't have its own region. You know what I mean? It's like its own little thing. So I wanted to wrap up already. We're getting there.
Yeah, come on, get on with it.
Charizard.
Well, I like these battles.
What, this episode?
These battles are really good. Gotta catch them all. That's what we're doing. We're catching them all.
Pokemon.
Oh, fireworks in the sky. Opens up to a stadium.
It's funny because this kind of reminds me of Sword and Shield, right? Like the giant, like soccer-style stadiums.
Competition is about to be decided. But this
I love it because Gary is sweating. He's not looking good.
See if Gary will emerge victorious.
Now Gary and Melissa are down to just
Gary versus Melissa.
Whoever wins this battle wins.
I love how they animate that the Golem and Nidoking are just like, they're just like, the art drawing is like just a little bit different and off.
They're
so
shaking.
it looks like
They're breathing very difficult. Breathing is hard. Yeah, but I do like how this episode gets right into it.
It would have been cool if he he's got Nidoking by the horn.
But I was like, what is he doing?
Crashed straight into the ground with a seismic toss.
Well, was it the seismic toss? Because he actually didn't toss him.
And then he still has the horn.
Look, he's still...
Well, he's up in the sky. Like, he came down. He's still got the horn in his hand, and he's stomped on his back. Like, what? And Gary loses.
It's like... They
Fan bases
slide into
in
this
tears.
fact that Gary loses. Like, this is the first time we've ever heard of Gary, like, not being, the best. Yeah.
He took the L.
Ash is like, I see the opportunity.
The fourth round rumble. They're all in his car crying. Oh no, Ash is gonna make fun of me.
Yeah, and now it's like the one time that Gary does not want to be seen by Ash. Oh, yeah, good excuse, bruh.
They're disappointed, but you'll get over it, won't you, girls?
Oh, they are so sad. Is that his mom?
Later, Ash.
Who is in the driver's seat?
That chick has always been the driver with the
girls.
shades. She's always driving.
Can you believe Gary got knocked out? I thought he'd make it through.
Yeah, I can believe Gary got knocked out.
I don't know, Pikachu. Do you think we should quit while we're ahead?
So Ash is debating whether he
what are
should
you talking
quit.
about, bro?
Like what?
Brock.
Listen, you're a great trainer, and as long as I'm around, you're not even gonna think about quitting.
Because I think that he
why
doesn't
would
think
Ash
that he's
about
as good as
quitting?
Gary,
That doesn't
and
make
Gary
sense.
got beat. So he's like, why would I go into this?
I guess you win.
If Gary lost, I'm definitely gonna lose.
You better hurry up.
That's probably what he's thinking of.
Starting on the grass field any minute now. What? No way.
No time
Yeah.
for love, Dr. Jones. Go. Yeah, it's a Sword and Shield stadium.
Thank you for shopping with us.
Good gets 30% off.
Our souvenir stand's a big success.
It'd be pretty funny to
A pack of Pokemon.
sell
That's the
merch
cards
at
you're talking about,
an
Meow?
event and set up the booth like this.
Don't turn honest on me.
You know, I'm starting to enjoy
Call it
doing
good gets.
honest, ordinary work like
Yeah.
normal folks do. It's satisfying to perform simple tasks.
God, Victory Bell.
Dude, that's the best. I love it. It's so funny.
Oh, good one, Meow.
Oh, don't you have any more of those official Pokemon badges left?
I'm sorry, but we're all sold out.
I think we still got one more left.
The victory bell's still attached to James.
I can't believe it.
Super shady. Meowth's got a candle and he's got bottle caps.
Well, at least these fakes are authentic.
You can't teach an old cat new tricks.
Our next trainers are coming onto the grass field.
Ooh, the grass field. It's Ash comes out of the ground.
So do they have like stadiums for each type? Yeah.
Ash can't lose.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping
Thanks
Ash
for the
would
for
punch
the
him from the side.
for the kind words, Brock. Ash can't
Ash just
lose.
wants to prove he can win all
So
by
remember we
himself.
were talking about like the whole coaching thing?
I'd choose Bulbasaur to battle on a grass field like this.
Me too.
Me
Who's he
too.
battling against?
Chooses just
The
Pikachu.
program just says her name's Jeanette Fisher. She must be pretty tough to make it this far.
And now the red trainer is coming
Ooh,
out.
with a red carpet. Ironic.
Yeah, right. Run!
Oh no, it's Sabrina. Is this Erica? Oh no, it's
And
Janine.
cue Brock.
Oh, Jeanette.
Fisher from Crimson City.
I am honored. Huh?
She sure knows how to
She's
make an
awesome,
entrance.
Oh, she's got her own fan base too. Look at this.
I like the guy just doing karate.
I brought a whole cheering section, but Ash only has you and me.
Yeah, Jeanette. She should win.
We're here to root for Ash. Whose side are you on?
I love when Misty gets real angry and they animate her mouth like that. I love it.
Trainers, go.
I choose you, Bulbasaur.
The classic throw.
My Pokemon should create quite a buzz.
Oh, nice play on word. And it's funny because Brock and Misty both were like, yeah, we would use Bulbasaur. And Ash uses Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur, stand there.
Soup.
Bulbasaur, Razor Leaf.
Beedrill counterattack Bulbasaur with their twin needle now.
Yeah, you know, see, like, you gotta say though, these type of episodes are awesome. That are just like battle after battle after battle. Like, this is really cool. That looks so funny.
I know, and like, Beedrill's using its stinger and its like pin hands, and it's like trying to stab Bulbasaur, and it's just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
No way that boyfriend's gonna be you, mister, if that girl beats Ash.
She's winning.
I was gonna say she hasn't had one hit
She's doing
yet.
a good job.
How is she winning, dude?
Ooh.
This is pretty funny. It's like the perfect
Leaf
placement.
Seed. Paralyzed. I'm pretty sure it doesn't paralyze you, but
Sucking up Beedrill's energy.
It's got the
Yeah, I see.
oh, there she goes with that crazy animation.
You're supposed
There it
to be
is.
rooting for Ash, not Jeanette. Bulbasaur.
So good.
Team Beedrill's blasting off again.
Boom.
Where'd that seed go?
It's there.
Beedrill is out of the match.
Boop, boop. It's like taking a prize card.
They're acting like Jeanette's the one who's ahead. Well,
That's because they're focused. They love her.
She'll be ready no matter what she picks.
Man, she's got the pointy Pokemon.
Oh, really?
Well, he dealt with it.
We haven't
Just
seen
get a
Scyther
ketchup bottle. Get a
since,
ketchup bottle.
It's been a while.
Ash is ready for Scyther?
I know, right?
Maybe.
Set it into a rage. The red flag.
Yeah, right? Scyther, you weren't quick enough. Use quick attack. This is so impressive.
Look at little chubby Bulbasaur go.
Bulbasaur, Vine Whip.
Get it.
Good job, Scyther. Now
I,
let's show them how to
yeah,
really
man.
cut Bulbasaur's
These are well
Yeah,
done.
this is an
like this is
insane
really
battle.
cool. Like they're, you know what I mean? Like how they show the reactions of the trainer, and then you see the team like double team. It's like yes.
Then it cuts to just their eyes, so you know it's
So cool.
intense. Bulbasaur, there's 3.
Hit the one in the middle.
It's Victory Bell. It's Weepin' Bell. Oh, no, it's Bellsprout.
It's Pikachu. It's Clefairy.
Why is it they're standing still when every other time somebody uses double team, it's like there's like a whole circle of them and they're all moving super fast.
I was gonna say they're like spinning around in a circle.
It's just moving so fast.
It's for dramatic effect. Look at the intensity.
Just you've got 2 vines. Doesn't make sense.
Try the right one.
These Vine Whips have been ineffective this whole battle. Like, try a different move.
Oh, good one. Good one.
Yeah, pokey puns. Tell him, Coach.
Scyther is just poking.
It's so funny. It's like Smash Brothers, just like juggling it.
Bulbasaur, Razor Leaf now.
Useless Vine Whip. Sorry, bro.
Oh, now he thinks about it.
Bulbasaur. Hey, wait.
Oh, all right. Okay.
And in one hit, like what?
I know. Well, I think it was the slamming into the ground that actually did it. You got lucky on that one.
Oh, good call, Brock.
Ash figured out
there you go.
Double team attack left it twice as weak on defense.
And he did it on his own.
You think? What do you think she's got?
Ash really can handle a match without our help.
Now Jeanette only has one Pokemon.
You think she's gonna rock with another pointy Pokemon?
Like how she's so calm.
Go, Ash.
Oh, look, it's Team Rocket.
2 down and 1 to go.
Of course. Like, I can imagine the writer's room here. Like, it's so funny.
The Pikachu decoy is
Yeah, it's such a small hole. I wonder what Pokemon you suck up.
Those suckers, Pokemon.
Our Pokevac should do it.
Now let's clean him out.
You better go save it.
Imagine if they were in there.
I know, right?
Just incinerate them, like, oh.
That'd be hilarious. Well, they wouldn't. They didn't hit the basket. I know they did the basket, but the net fell off. How many times have they used this Poke Vacuum? It's the best.
It's not working.
Whatever it is, getting a ticket.
Huh?
So good.
Stop in the name of the law.
They kicked Meowth's butt and
I love how they like run like towards the people. Dude, they didn't skip a beat.
Hot dogs, I got red hot dogs. Get 'em while they're red hot.
Oh yeah, there is still a battle going on, right?
I think so.
Come on, Ash. Just beat this Pokemon and you win the match.
Yeah, well, he only has to beat one, and he's got
Whatever it is, you can
2 and 10% health left on a Bulbasaur. He's got this. Oh God, Bellsprout.
I love this though.
Wow.
Dude, don't mess with Bellsprout.
Bellsprout.
Ooh.
Why would she save a Bellsprout?
Shots fired. Pew pew
Unless she
pew.
ran out of strong Pokemon and doesn't have anything left but a puny little Bellsprout.
This looks like a desperation
She
move by young
Go.
Fisher.
Yeah.
Bellsprout, get
I
ready,
like that,
Bulbasaur,
Judge.
Get set. Bellsprout.
Yeah, you're right.
This is going to be the shortest match in Pokemon League history. Bulbasaur, Jackal attack.
And psych. It's like Neo Matrix, like. I don't know the name of this theme, the music, but I love that they brought this theme in.
What happened?
Bulbasaur, stop using tackle.
Teach him another move already. Yeah. You better believe it, bro.
I can't believe what's happening.
It looked like this match was over, but Bellsprout sprung into action, and now this mighty might has Bulbasaur sucking the thought.
Thanks, Coach.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. I've seen that in like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles before. Or is it Battletoads? Just the slamming back and forth. Or is it Double Dragon? I think it's Double Dragon.
It could be,
right?
yeah.
Something like that.
Sorry, bruh.
And that's okay.
Yeah,
Okay, Bellsprout took out Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur was already weak.
Yeah, right?
You go, Misty. I like the fist bump.
Yeah. Let's go.
You just use Pikachu every time. Like what? Like why wait?
Let the battle begin.
You nuke the entire place. Pikachu looks so cute. Those are some serious Razor Leafs.
A double-edged Razor Leaf. This is one spectacular sprout.
Pikachu, try your Thunderbolt
Yeah, right?
attack.
Just comes right down on it. Maybe not, dude.
It's all over.
It's not very effective.
Bellsprout is grounded.
Bellsprout's legs are like a pair of teeny tiny lightning rods.
That's
He knows quick attack, right?
What? No way.
Look, he's got fists ready. He's gonna punch him.
Come on, come on.
Think fast.
Hang in there, Pikachu.
He's like high jump kick, low jump kick.
That would have been
jab.
such a cool kick to if he would have connected that first like somersault kick. That's what I'm saying.
Look at these karate moves.
He's doing like jump reverse.
Pikachu
roundhouses.
actually lands a few punches.
He's a good normal attacker. Yeah.
A garden variety attack.
Well, folks, I guess you'd
Pikachu's level 100,
Dude,
but
got
gets
kicked
knocked
in the
out
top
with
of
a
the
Bellsprout.
dome.
Come on. Unrealistic.
Pikachu
Unbelievable.
is out of the match.
Yeah, but with like a tiny vine, come on.
And it's official. Bellsprout short circuits Pikachu to tie up.
Well, because he caught an axe kick to the head.
Never get knocked out of the match by a Bellsprout. There's no way.
That Jeanette sure knows how to pick her Pokemon. She
Yeah,
saved the
what
best for
Pokemon?
last.
I know, but what Pokemon does Ash have that'll out?
Isn't that hilarious that they come in together?
We're so late. Mrs.
Yeah,
Ketchup,
right? Like, we know where you were.
Cheer Ash to victory.
Did you know that your grandson lost?
Yes, I know. It'll do Gary good to see every road has a few bumps along the way.
Win this one
Love
for your
it.
mother, honey.
Now that Gary's out of the competition, all the folks in
Dude,
Palatown are
Misty's
counting on
Misty's the
Gary.
real
You'd think
deal.
Bellsprout
Dude.
would probably
She's the real
evolve.
deal. She's ride or die.
more pressure on him.
Like she's always looking out for Ash, even though she gives him crap all the time.
Look at him, he's got his hat backwards.
Now we'll see if Ketchum has
He's
the
focused,
Pokemon
man.
he needs to pluck a victory from Jeanette's unbelievable
So awesome.
Bellsprout.
I choose you.
She's like, ew. So I like that they
Ash brought his muck to the
it's
competition.
been the last couple episodes that we did see Krabby, right? So that was like another
Yep.
oak raised
He
Pokemon.
knew Muck had an advantage over grass-type Pokemon.
Huh, I don't know what surprises me more. The fact that he's using muck or the fact that he thought ahead.
Yes, I
So-
underestimated him myself.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
my Ash.
Oh no. Oh,
Okay, ready, Muck?
Begin!
So gross.
Bellsprout, get out of there. You're under his armpit.
Blah, 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 blah.
Tables have been turned on Jeanette's Bellsprout. Now Muck is
It's so good.
from Bellsprout's attack.
No, the sound
the attack
effects,
animations
dude.
are so good.
Takes the licking, but Bellsprout keeps on picking.
I love this Bellsprout so much, though. It's so
It's like
good.
fighting the blob. Your attacks are useless.
Fuck.
You're doing great.
This is the best. When you think of a body slam, you think of like an intense like hit, and this Muck just like
Okay, Muck.
folds over the Bellsprout
That's a Muck
and
style
basically
body slam.
suffocates it.
It's like Bellsprout's like, yeah, he's
Ash,
trying to
cover
tap
up,
out.
he's
He
dead.
can't. Get up, dude. He's gonna kill it.
Dead. See those X's for eyes? He's dead.
Oh, no, he's good.
Nice job, Ash.
Cue the music.
Bellsprout is out of the match, and the fourth round victory goes to Green
So I gotta say, man, I was pretty excited for Ash here, man.
Uh-oh, watch out! Oh, he body slams you.
Look, but you stink. You need a shower.
That was his best match.
We
Ew.
did it, Muck.
Now you stink now.
She can barely hold Bellsprout in her hands.
Bellsprout fell.
That Muck can really smother you with
Limp,
affection.
dead carcass.
I'm very proud of the way you battled, Bellsprout. Let's go home.
And of course, no episode will be complete without a Team Rocket follow-up.
Well, we sold out everything.
Let's face it, we're much more successful at selling stuff than we are at stealing stuff.
You're right. It's fun and profitable
Brilliant.
too.
The next thing you know, you two will want to open a fast food joint.
That's not
So
a bad
dumb.
idea. We can call it Jesse's.
James,
Want a burger and fries without trouble?
if you're
Ah,
really hungry,
I
make
like
it
that.
double.
I'd eat
Protect
there.
the world from hunger and
I'd eat there
thirst.
Our
too.
food isn't bad, at least not the worst.
The Team Rocket restaurant blasted for a bite.
Oh, Misty.
They should all like not be able to smell right now because the muck stinks so bad. Like it's so gross.
This is
And
awesome.
so, with a little advanced strategy, Ash got Bellsprout stuck
You
in the
tell
mud
him, narrator.
and won his fourth round match. Now, his dreams are burning as brightly as the flame atop Indigo
It was awesome.
Fantastic.
Right? Totally
awesome.
Totally awesome.
That was fantastic. That was so good.
It's all about the battles, man. That's really what it comes down to, because that's when, at least at this stage in the game of where the episodes are story-wise, like, it's when there's episodes that are focused on battling, it's just very exciting. And I don't know, I just love it's still older style animation, 20-something years old, you know what I mean? But it's like, I get gassed up when I see speed lines, I get excited. I love when there's like the toss animation where it's just like, all the speed lines in the back and they bring out new Pokemon, and I get hyped when I see that. So it was very, very, very cool.
I like that Jeanette used Beedrill and Scyther and had really pointy, sharp edges, and then somehow Bulbasaur magically avoided all those attacks, and then Bellsprout destroyed Bulbasaur. Like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and also Pikachu.
That really doesn't make any sense at all.
Oh man, but Adam, that's pretty much a show. We're gonna skip our booster tonight. We've been booster heavy on Instagram. If you guys have not seen, Adam and I, when Adam was here, we opened how many packs? 30?
30.
We opened 30 Hidden Fates packs, and then when he got home, you opened another 20 or 10.
Another 10.
Another 10. And how'd that work out for you?
If you are on Instagram and you check that out, we do have the video. I snipped the clip when I pulled something pretty good, or at least I think it's good.
Okay, so no spoilers then. Check out our Instagram so you can see what Adam pulled. But
I also did a card of the day post, so I'm sure that gives it away.
So it's up and out there. So definitely check that out. But we're gonna skip our pack opening on the show tapped. Just because we're tapped out. We on Instagram. But Adam, that's pretty much a show. Let me run through the end of the show housekeeping. Thank you everyone for checking us out. Please check out GottaWatchEmAll.com for everything that we have going on with the show. Check out PokemonProfessor.com for everything going on in the channel. You can leave us a voicemail at 732-835-8639 and email us info@GottaWatchEmAll.com. I believe that's truly it, Adam. You got anything else?
Good luck finding some Cosmic Eclipse. Hopefully you can find more Hidden Fates. That's all I got.
You don't think Cosmic Eclipse is going to be hard to find like Hidden Fates?
No.
Okay, I was
just in general.
Yes. Should be, standalone boosters. It's back to normal. Hidden Fates was just like the rando set of hard to find and a weird rollout. But all right, everyone, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see everybody next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Oh, hold on. If you're still listening, there's toys at McDonald's.
Oh, yeah.
With cards.
Yes, the toys are really bad.
Really bad.
And they're Pokeballs in colors that have never been real. Okay. Don't eat the food. Just buy the toys.
All right.
Bye.
That's it. Bye.